welcome back after what has been a very long week for me, sitting on the sidelines doing absolutely nothing. I've been talking to myself for the past 7 days or something like that. But yes, we are back here tonight for ALR, and it is great to be back as well. We are here at the land of the rising sun, and there is 5 Grand Prix still to go. We have got 5 races to determine who is going to be a world champion of season 6. Is it going to be Emerson, who will become a 3-time world champion, or will it be German, who will be the first man in history to win silver and the gold championship? Wow, that would be quite an accolade indeed. Of course, also this is a very special Sunday as well. Of course, it is Remembrance Sunday. This one is there, of course, as all the men and women from all the wars that we've had over the whole of the world, of course, gave their lives to do what we enjoy doing whether that's watching the brilliant Brazilian Grand Prix, or the incredible epic Mexican Grand Prix last week, or whether it is driving in ALR, or driving in PBE, or anything like that. Whether it's playing FIFA, whether it's playing football, of course, that knows that men and women gave their lives for our freedom. Yes, of course. That's what Remembrance Sunday is very important indeed. And ALR, I've got a beautiful logo design, which was designed by this man here, Ayrton, of course, and our social media expert Becca also threw it on the 11th of November a few days ago as well. And so yes, hats off, good stuff indeed. That Soft is back in the session as well. And as we got Ayrton now, who is going into the second deck now as well. Of course, so is he's invalidated his time there. It's not there in the second deck now. Just a quick overview of who we've got on here tonight. So, it seems that this race must be taken a bit too close to the Brazilian Grand Prix, which has just finished about half an hour ago now, or maybe an hour ago. But my goodness me, we've had a lot of drivers that have not participated tonight. We've got, I think there was about 6 drivers that was unable to participate, which is not very good, really, is that? So that is a bit of a shame. But nonetheless, we do have a lot of debutants here tonight, and Ayrton's one of the debutants. He has never raced in ALR before, ALR Gold before, so good stuff indeed there. See, just making his 7th appearance in the ALR Gold tonight. Good stuff indeed there. Farf is starting his 75th Grand Prix start. He hasn't started a race since last season in Gold, so good stuff indeed there for Farf. JVDA Gaming, of course, who is making his debut as well. Lovely helmet design as well from a Gamer, as he is now up into fastest so far on a 33.331 thus far. Good stuff indeed there for gaming. There's I think we've got Gamer in there as well. That's going to get very tense indeed, isn't it? Have we got any other debutants here tonight? I don't think we have, actually. Of course, we've also got Nosey in the session as well. Clarky has been in ALR Gold before, hasn't he? I think he's had a couple of... didn't he have a couple of wins? Mr. Elite there has gone off at the spoon curve there. No, that's not good, is it, there for the Alpine card? Hopefully he doesn't get beat there. The 2 Williams went off there in 95. And, of course, infamously ended their attempts there of getting the Constructors' World Championship that season. And Benetton went on to win their first and only Constructors Championship. As they were under the umbrella of Benetton, weren't they, before they became the Renault team? But I think in theory they've got 3 constructors overall in the Enstone base team. In terms of ALR, they have got I think they've got 3 constructors in ALR as well in the 5 seasons they participated in. Very impressive stuff indeed there for very impressive stuff indeed there for the Team Renault, and now the Alpine team. We've got Dynamo Danny's fastest on a 30 flat so far. Then let me go through the drivers and the constructors. 12 minutes to go in this session so far, and this is how the state of play is. Excuse me a minute, I've got to adjust myself from Boy Clarky, going up in the center S as well, and the Snake as well. Carboy, lovely helmet design, fantastic stuff. Emerson leads the championship, but it's only 14 points. The deficit is at the moment now between Emerson and German. This championship fight may be going all the way down to the wire with just 5 races to go. Then it is very much getting squeaky bum time here in ALR. I'm loving it. It is a cracking championship indeed. Then it is any mistake, then any error, any mistake, whether it's strategy, whether it's on the circuit, whatever the case may be, one of those drivers is going to be ruin that mistake then, or it's going to be all about pace as well. Charlie Scott in third position. He's changed his name again, as Scott has, but he is 71 points away from German and Emerson. Now Carboy goes fastest by 6/10 of a second now from Dynamo Dan, but Tango goes faster still on a 29.3 in the Haas car. Matuna Tango, who's in fourth for the moment now, he's 23 points away from Scott, with Milan and Murphy all on 86 points, and the battle for third is really hotting up, isn't it? Loving that at the moment now. Emerson now is making his 95th Grand Prix start tonight. Emerson is a lovely yellow helmet, and similar to his brother Ayrton then, so we've got the two Hiltons then on the same piece of track in LR for the first time in history then. I don't think it's the first time we've had brothers on the same race, and of course that was Ross and Lewis G, wasn't it, in the COBALT race in Monaco earlier on this season. But it's good stuff indeed, isn't it? Carboy in at second position, last season's runner-up, and 16 points away at the moment from Murphy. Then we've got Danger Times and Pillars on 68 and on 67 points there in the 8th and 9th position. Unfortunately, they've only started 8 races there for Danger Time, 7 races for Pillars. That is why they're so far down the championship, isn't it, unfortunately. And Sloth is in 10th position as well, and the relegation zone is William on 1 point. Diamond down on 10 points in 90 position there, but he's looking strong about Diamond down, so I remember he did well there last year. And Cowie also on 13 points as well, in 18th position there. Emerson goes fast on a 28-8 so far. He needs to bounce back after German took quite a imperative Grand Prix win last time out, didn't he? In was it the Russian Grand Prix? I think it was, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me, it was so long ago. And the Constructors' Championship, it is a McLaren Mercedes leading the way, 22 points in front of the Ferrari in second, Alfa Romeo third. Haas team are now in fourth position, and there is Chaz then coming out of the Dunlop hairpin, I think it is. Haas are in fourth position, Williams are in fifth, 5 points in front of the 3 points in front of Mercedes, and Red Bull are in seventh position, Alfa Tauri eighth, and 9 points in front of Aston Martin, and Alpine completes the top 10 as well. Let me quickly go through the comments, shall we? Oh gosh, I'm already out of breath, and I was not, when you don't commentate for a week, goodness me, I'm wild behind the April. Jamie is saying, and watching 2 races at the same time, laugh out loud. Evening ALR, look at me, look out for me in the war during the race set. As Goku saying, we will. Hello, everyone, good luck tonight in gold there. Theo is saying, good evening, Theo. Gamer evening. Is there any Haribo conversations this weekend? I don't think there is, because I haven't had any, which I'm actually reading the press by the moment, so I'm a bit devastated on that front. We have also got Ayrton saying, where am I? As I think he's got confused with the days at camera. I enjoyed Singapore, so I'm going to enjoy Japan as well. Camera, hello Sean, hello Bronze Racers, good luck indeed. That is Emirates is ready to get going, and thank God Chaz has changed his name then. Serious Match was saying as well. Yellow flag in 1 as one of the Williams cars looks like it's come a cropper, and I think it might be Ayrton. It is Ayrton there with, of course, the Senna inspired helmet, and on board Nigel with his traditional yellow, green and black colours there from Nigel. He's gone very wide out of spoon now, but he has kept his toe in it, and before building up to the 130R curve as well, and he comes over the crest as well then, and before he flings it in then to this, which used to be a frightening corner, didn't it, back in the day? So much downforce on these cars now, it is not too tricky at all, is it? Now as we come into the Triangle Chicane, which is it called the Triangle Chicane? Potentially, that's of course where Ayrton Senna and Prost collided in 1989, and of course they collided again a year later in 1990 at this corner right here, didn't they? As there was a dispute about the pole position being on the wrong side of the grid there, which that's Percy off at turn 2, I think it is there. Percy, of course, a recent addition to the Mercedes ranks, and he is currently in 13th position in the championship. I think that was that a car off. It was a car off. It was Nosey off the circuit as well there. I hope they don't come to blows. That's not good at all. Nosey, who is starting his 46th Grand Prix start tonight, as I mentioned, is just watching Troy. Emerson is starting his 95th Grand Prix tonight, and he's 5 away from reaching the magical 100. I don't think he's going to get this year, because I think he's missing Australia. So as we're just watching Troy going through the 130R as well, so I think that Emerson would get the 100th race then in Bahrain next season then, as Gaming is out of the Grand Prix, and oh gosh, and 2 Mercedes then, have they come up to blows here? under the figure 8 then, and look, Percy's recovering now, but he's lost the whole of the wing section, and Gaiman, GVDA Gaiman is out of qualifying. He's down in 15th position. Murphy has lost his keys. He's already out of qualifying, and that is not good at all, is it? Oh dear. Something has gone completely awry there. Nosey, who is just limping on then after he had a issue there. We've also got one of the Haas cards of Tango just trying to get out of the way as well. Chazza or Scott, I've got to change his name. We've got to change his name again then. Goodness gracious me. He is fast at the moment on a 28.7 so far. German on a 29.3 on the medium tyre so far. Interesting stuff there for the two championship protagonists here. It is going to get very close indeed, isn't it? Technically in the championship, Chazza is still in the fight, and I think actually who else? And I think everyone who's within 100 points. I think everyone down to Cartboy, I think it's in the championship fight at the moment officially, but well, mathematically, but I think officially we are definitely only looking at two men going from the championship now, which is German going for the first man ever in LR history to get the championship win in gold and in silver as well. Incredible stuff indeed for German, and that's an absolutely incredible accolade as well. Troy looking very strong here this weekend, isn't he? Good stuff indeed there. He's 8 fast at the moment. Troy is yellow flag just beyond as well. Gamer in 9th position as well. Two silver rifles then are in 8th and 9th position as well. And Nigel, of course, another silver rifle. So 8th, 9th and 10th. Then the three drivers that are promoted from silver are right very much Lionel Stern, and here comes Siege going through the 1-3. Look how easy flat is now in these cars, and it's incredible, isn't it? The rate of development in Formula 1 is absolutely phenomenal. The Serious was saying, and even though as well as he was very happy about the name change as well. Emerson on board with now in the Ferrari that he is just starting up. Sloth is also just coming through the Dunlop curve as well. Tango's just going for the S's. So we're going to stick with Sloth for the moment. Sloth in a very competitive 4th position. Sloth is just going under the old crossover here. Then of course it's the only track on the F1 calendar that features a figure of 8 layout. Then here in Suzuka, of course, Suzuka is very much a cornerstone of Formula 1. It's a classic track, then one of the best tracks in the race on the F1 calendar, isn't it? In my humble opinion. There's Emerson coming out the spoon corner as well. As Guna saying, even if Sean, sorry, I'm just stuck in that boulevard. Then, as of course, there, I really made a mess, didn't I? In fact, we're in Singapore 2 weeks ago. Good gosh, we've also got Camera saying, hello, serious mate. Then we have also got Guna saying, good luck, gold. Then, and yeah, we've got Senna saying, yo, is good stuff, Ben. And so we've got Percy saying, OMG. Then, so I'm not sure what happened with Percy. Then Sloth has left possession. Emerson has gone fast by 0.2 of a second from Chazza in second. And then remember, Emerson had a humongous smash here in season 4, wasn't it? Or was it season 3 when him and Granty was going head to head for the championship that season there? Of course, and it was didn't go down to the wire that season. It went down to the second to last race in France, didn't it? Where Emerson unfortunately was mathematically out of the championship that season. Tango's retired from the session then, but I think he's fairly happy with his performance. Mr. Elite then not found 9/10 of a second in the second intermediate split time, then going on the curb slightly then for the Alpine driver. Lovely shot here. Look at this, that is, he is focused, Mr. Elite is. He's improved by almost a second there. He's gone 13 fastest and is about 6 thousandths of a second away from Siege in 12th position. That is a great time indeed there for Mr. Lee, but he's still the slowest time runner so far. He's got to find a bit more time in that car if he can. Then German is still on the medium tires, has edged himself in the 4th fast at the moment. So German underlining his pace on the medium tires. I'm not really sure what the delta is at the moment. I'm not too sure that Nigel would have been one to be out on the too far out on the circuit either, as he's invalidated his time in the McLaren, and he is going to have to unfortunately that this time is going to be disallowed. It is invalidated. He's going to have to go around again. Gosh, I'm going to turn my TV off there. We'll get into position as well. Of course, I hope you all enjoyed the Brazilian and Mexican Grand Prix. They've been really good Grand Prix, haven't they? Completely different outcomes as well. Red Bull were dominant last weekend, and now this weekend it was Mercedes, wasn't it? Great drive from Hamilton, by the way, from after being disqualified in qualifying to coming back to win the race today. Fantastic stuff indeed that. Yellow flag as Emerson is retired from the session there, but he should be saved through this first qualifying session. We are aiming to lose the 4 slowest cars. There's only 19 cars in this one tonight. So we've got a lot of debutants. Here's one of them. It's Ayrton, of course, driving the Williams, and of course his hero Ayrton Senna drove 3 races for the Williams team. He didn't, again, so unfortunately those were his last 3 races of his career, wasn't it, for Ayrton Senna, which is such a shame now. As GVDA saying, gosh, I'm out of Q1, a silly mistake there for me then, as I was looking very precarious on the 2 Mercedes, and as they were like in a very close range there, both of them had damage, didn't they? But unfortunately, it looks like unfortunately for GVDA, it was a mistake there. Ayrton is going 11 fastest there, a couple of hundreds in front of Dynamo Dan, who's trying to find some time in the bank as well for the Red Bull car. What about Percy then? Percy is navigating his way through the triangle chicane then in the Mercedes, accelerates out then for Percy, comes over the line, and Percy goes 16 fastest. Still not quick enough at the moment now for Percy in the Mercedes, and it looks like he could be out qualifying here, which ain't going to be good at all, is it? On board with Farfadon as he's now regaining his way through the S as well. There's a Ferrari off, that's Nosey off as well as he's gone into the wall. Nosey out there, so that's not good at all. So there's a Ferrari just in front of us. That's going to really upset the aerodynamics of the car, I think, for Farf. Into Degna 1. Oh gosh, that Farf, goodness me. As he was visiting Fuji, wasn't he? He was so far out then. Under the crossover here, going into the hairpin as well. The Kobayashi hairpin now, because he made famous in 2010, didn't he? With a lot of spectacular overtakes there from the Japanese driver. One of my favourite drivers of all time, Kobayashi. Love that guy. But now then, as we've got Farf, who's coming up to the spoon curve as well. Troy is just in front of us here. Farf taking a lot of curve on the inside there. This, of course, Farf is usually a silver driver, isn't he, in the ALR world? But of course, he is stepping in to 7 minutes tonight, and Clark, he's 7 fast moment. Siege has moved himself up to 6 there. Good time there from Siege. Great 17th then. Ayrton in 13th position then. He should be happy at that then, because he could be safely through at this stage, the proceedings then. Currently Percy's not safely through by any stretch of imagination then. He's going to have to find a bit more time in the a bit more time on the board then. Out of the final turn then, and let's see then. Farf goes 12th fastest then for Farf, and is that going to be safely through? That is into the pits there. Is Dynamo Dan is 13th at one, and yellow flag in the end of the pit straight, and Mr. Lee is out of qualifying, unfortunately. So Mr. Lee is out of qualifying. I think Knowles is out of qualifying as well, because he's got no wing then. So Ayrton survives by the skin of the nose cone for the Williams car. Dynamo Dan is also through as well. And then Knowles crosses the line then, so he's 18th fastest then, and he'll be in front of Murphy as well, as Dynamo Dan's improving, but he's invalidated his time, unfortunately. Farf in 13th position then, Percy in 12th, and Gamer in 11th, and Nigel in 10th position then. But we are looking at the 4 slowest drivers then, which are Murphy out of qualifying, down in 19th position then, Nosey in 18th position then, minus the front wing there for the Alfa Romeo driver. GVDA is out of qualifying in 17th position, Mr. Lee in 16th position as well in the Alpine car. He'll be disappointed with that then, as unfortunately he's out there for Mr. Elite then, and currently he is not safe from the relegation zone either. Of course, we do the maximum points you can score in a Formula 1 race is 26 points, can't you? So there's a lot of drivers and this is nowhere near safe from relegation zone, aren't they? But of course, in terms of realistic terms, Mr. Elite is not out of the woodworks yet either in terms of relegation and into silver and Monday night racing, of course. So that's the end of qualifying 1 then. Goodness me, what a start we had there. Fantastic stuff indeed, wasn't it? Not for the 4 social drivers, unfortunately. They have become spectators like you and I, and they will be a bit disappointed at that tonight then. Just talking about a couple of milestones tonight, and of course, as I've mentioned, then Emerson is on 95, on his 95th Grand Prix start tonight, so congrats there to the double world champion. Emerson is he's the most successful driver in ALR history, isn't he? So good stuff indeed there for Emerson. Other milestones tonight then, I think that Farf is on 75 Grand Prix starts tonight, so good stuff indeed there from Farf as well. Murphy is going to take to the track for the 103rd time tonight in his ALR Gold career, so Murphy there is loving life in that one then. And German also starts his where is he going? Starts his 33rd Grand Prix starts well then, so I think the big milestone tonight is definitely Emerson. Good stuff indeed. So as we have had a bit of a gap, haven't we? Of course, ALR's had a gap, and we had a gap between Russia and Singapore, and then we've had a gap between Singapore and Japan. And it's going to be very important to see how how these gaps has helped or hindered the championship protagonists, which is German and Emerson. That's what we're going to be focusing on. With 5 races to go in this World Championship, there is 14 points separates the two competitors, and the constructors championship is just as close as well, just as hotly contested there, as there's 22 points between the McLaren and the Ferrari teams as well. So German and Emerson would like Troy and Nigel to really become a part of the party then for the remainder of the season. Now we're going to roll on into qualifying too then. But yeah, I wonder how the break would have affected the drivers. Of course, said 14 points is the gap at the moment, and I think the drivers would probably have liked to have just kept going in terms of in just terms of getting them in terms of getting the momentum up as well. But now we've got 5 races to really end the season off. I think we've got 6 races actually, haven't we? Goodness gracious me, we got 6 races ending the season off, and they're going to come thick and fast as well. If we go from here tonight in Japan, we go to United States then in a week's time. Then from the United States we're going to be flying down to Mexico, then to Brazil, before going to Australia, which is usually the round that starts off the championship, but it's at the end of the season, and then in Abu Dhabi and for the final race of the season then, of course. So it is going to be a tough run-in for the drivers, and we're absolutely looking forward to this as well. Who is going to be this season 6 world champion? Emerson then, of course, technically he's already the most successful driver in all time in ALR then, in terms of stats and figures, and in championship terms, well, is the him and Granty have got they're both double world champions, aren't they, at the moment? They're both, those 2 drivers are, but Emerson, if he wins the championship, then he'll be the first ever ALR triple world champion as well. Then of course, so that'll be a mighty accolade as well there for Emerson there. Of course, that is surely what he's going to be aiming for. But it's going to be a tough run in there as well, because German would love to be the first ever ALR champion and to win gold and silver, as Emerson there is just letting Cartboy down the building. Cartboy was a runner-up last season, was he, in ALR? This season has been a bit more social drive in the session. This season has been a bit more difficult for the AlphaTauri driver. Of course, remaining for the AlphaTauri team for 2 seasons in a row. Cartboy really impressed last season. This season has been a bit more difficult, as for Cartboy, but he just still has shown some really tenacity in that car, with 2 podiums to his name this season for Cartboy. Still very much showing some impressive pace then. For Cartboy, and of course, as I mentioned, this is round 15 of the World Championship. This is where it's going to get very hot and heavy indeed. Now then, as we come down into the triangle chicane, and in terms of history around this place in Japan, and German there, who did a great job here last season, he was pretty dominant. He had pole position and the Grand Prix win as well, didn't he? German is 1 win away there from having his 10th World Championship win in gold then, which is pretty incredible stuff indeed there for German in only 2 seasons in ALR. Remember that, only 2 seasons in ALR gold for German. Pretty impressive indeed that. The season before, Clark Hughes driving here tonight as well, he won in this race there back in season 4. Jonathan, who is not racing tonight, he had pole position that season. The season before that, it was Granty, and then Emerson won in season 2, and Jonathan, of course, won in season 1 there. So we have had 5 different Grand Prix winners in the first 5 races here in Japan. Oh, goodness me, it's Cartboy flinging it off there, and Degner won then. Of course, we're going to get 6 and we're going to get our first ever double race winner here in the land of the rising sun, here in Japan then. Cartboy is on the soft tires, and of course, if you've may have forgotten about the rules for qualifying too, which I certainly have done, is I've had to get out the old rule book here to refresh my memory. It is if you get through in the qualifying 3 in the top 10, you must start on the tyres which you set your fast time on. That rule doesn't apply for sprint weekends. I don't think ALR is having any sprint weekends next year, mainly because, probably because we might be on next year's game, but then on this year's game at the moment. And also, I personally don't like it. But of course, I'm not the one who makes the rules then, but I would probably just sulk in the corner. I'm not a fan of the sprint weekends personally, but that's kind of a traditionalist. I love that helmet, by the way. There's some really good ones over in this event so far. That's what the drivers have been doing, haven't they? They've really been getting out their own paintbrushes, haven't they, and really designing some beautiful helmets there. Emerson there, Emerson Hilton there, lovely Senna tribute there. Of course, Ayrton Senna was absolutely adored by the Japanese fans, weren't they? and of course as Honda did power Ayrton to his 3 World Drivers' Championships, didn't they? Of course, when it was the McLaren Honda in the late 80s and early 90s, Percy's gone at second fastest. They are all slowing down. And here's Donald Dunn, and of course he has got him and Red Bull going to be feeling a bit of the pinch here tonight. And Donald Dunn then into a very impressive qualifying 2 here, and we're on board Donald Dunn, and he is going up the S's as well. So of course Don McDonough, and of course powered by the Honda team, and I think this is going to be the last time we're going to be seeing the white livery of the Red Bull, and before it goes back to traditional colours as well. Germa has done a 28.8 then in the McLaren, and as we mentioned, he was on pole position last season. He was pretty impressive around this Grand Prix last season, and we've got a Haas car who has had some issues there. Tango has gone off in the SS section now, just sticking with Don McDonough and just loving the beautiful traditional, the beautiful livery of the Honda, of the Red Bull Honda then, the Red Bull Honda livery then. So of course, and I think it's very good then for us to have this livery, which was meant to be the livery for the actual Japanese Grand Prix, wasn't it? But unfortunately, when that was cancelled, it was the livery for the Turkish Grand Prix. But it's quite fitting, isn't it, here in ALR tonight, and to have the Red Bull livery for the Japanese Grand Prix. We're just enjoying a lap here with Don McDonough, and of course he is powered by the Honda power car tonight, the Honda power engine, and along with Carboy in third position, and of course we've also got Sloth, who's powered by Honda as well, but unfortunately Sloth is out of this qualifying session already, as is Chazer, and here comes Don McDonough out the final part of the lap as well. Don McDonough goes into a very competitive third then, and at the moment he is the quickest of the Honda runners so far, and that's a statement of intent now from Don McDonough. Don McDonough in the relegation zone at the moment, and here's Ayrton, and he is on a quick lap at the moment in the Williams car. As mentioned, I think Ayrton is the we got 2 full debutantes here tonight, GVDA Gaming, and Ayrton, and of course Ayrton, this is not his full ALR debut, because it's not his first rodeo in ALR matches, but this is definitely his first Grand Prix in gold tonight here in Japan. And I think he did well, actually, because I'm sure that this was his first Grand Prix appearance in silver, wasn't it, 2 seasons ago as well, and he did great that day. I think he got a position, didn't he? Ayrton's abandoned his time now, he's had enough of that, doesn't he? And he's come back in, unfortunately. Tango is done a 44, but he's gone off there. Of course, we had a big, humongous smash here in 2001 between Jean Alesi and Kimi Raikkonen. Of course, Alesi in his final 201st and final race start, but unfortunately him and Raikkonen collected each other, but that was luckily for Tango then, there was no one in this vicinity. Just on board Nigel in the second Degner. I think it was 2009, wasn't it, in qualifying, where we had 3 red flags or 4 red flags around here, didn't we? It was a very scrappy qualifying session. It was 2 years after we went to Fiji and returned back to Fiji, didn't we? Sorry, returned back to Suzuka after 2 years for the Japanese Grand Prix. It was meant to be alternating, wasn't it, between Fiji, Fuji, I should say. Fiji is a country, not a city. So yeah, it was meant to alternate, wasn't it, between Fuji and Suzuka before Toyota pulled out of that at the end of that season, didn't they, in 2009, unfortunately, which really compromised the careers of Timo Glock and Jarno Trulli. Then Glock went to the Virgin Racing, which went on to become the Manor Racing, and of course Trulli went to the Lotus team, and of course we was waiting for the Lotus team to return, and 2 came along at once, didn't we? As we had the Lotus from Tony Fernandez, and the other Lotus from the Enstone team. Nigel going third fastest, looking very strong, and he's the fastest on the medium runner so far. Very good stuff indeed there for Nigel. Really impeccable pace there. Gamer then, who is just coming out of the hairpin as well, the Kobayashi hairpin, which is not the Kobayashi hairpin, but I've just christened it the Kobayashi hairpin because I make my own rules. Just going back to the comments as well, because I think I've really because I think I've not been giving you too much effort, too much thought, have I, in the comments? Which is shame on me. Sandra saying, imagine Ayrton and me in the team then. Wouldn't be fair on the others, because that would have been a very much a tongue twister having Ayrton and Sandra in the same team, which sounds very weird for me saying that as well. There's a triangle chicane, and there's a car right in front of us here. This is going to affect the Gamer then. That's surely going to distract Gamer on his quick lap here in the Aston Martin. Oh, as he comes over the line, look at that, as he hugs the inside there. Gamer goes fast on the medium tyres, and he is third fastest overall in the session, and that is pretty good indeed. Here's Emerson then as he flies past me there. It's incredible. First sector, very good stuff indeed. Look how much dirt is on the racing line there. So I can affect Emerson's run here as he goes under the crossover. We got We've got a Mercedes on the outlap. Well, I think it's Emerson is the first one around, then accelerating out then of the Kobayashi hairpin, which is not the Kobayashi hairpin, but I'm going to call it that for the remainder of the week. Hamilton then flying past has come up into the spoon curve as well in the Ferrari in car 46. He is the championship leader at the moment. He needs to stop Gurman's run, doesn't he? I feel, of course, Gurman in the last 3 races, he has won 2 of them, hasn't he? But Emerson, I think, has, I think that Gurman is the highest scoring out of the 2 championship roles in the last 3 races so far. So Emerson needs to, but only just there, but Emerson needs to stop the rot, doesn't he? And he needs to try to maintain all his authority. I say stop the rot because he did win in Russia, didn't he? Albeit he didn't have much pace, so has he, Emerson has? And so let's see how he does that. And currently he's on a 29.0 then. Gurman is in the 28, but I think Gurman set his time on the soft tires. Troy in the back part of the circle, and he is in spoon now. Ayrton there is just flicking past as well. I think the Percy's out on a lap, then he is out on a lap. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Goodness me, almost all 3 sectors are Troy then in car 70, who is down in, he's only got 15 points so far in the championship, but he's in 17th now. He's out of the relegation zone, Troy is. He's had a very difficult spot. It's very difficult for these silver drivers to come out from silver when they was cream of the crop in that league, and very impressive in that field of drivers there, and to come into gold then and be battling near the bottom of the standings there. It's very much a different mindset. It's very much what the F2 drivers of UK Sonoda, Mick Schumacher and Mazepin to a certain degree. We have to change their mindsets, don't they? So they all quick drivers. They've all won in GP2 in Formula 2, haven't they? And for the Haas drivers, especially to be at the back of the field, there, it's very difficult, isn't it, to really get yourself motivated. I'm sure it is. Per saying GVDA, I'm so sorry. I was changing my BB on my brake ballast on my lap then, and I didn't see you spun off then. And so saying going to be a lot of crashes tonight. I'm thinking that as well. It's an old school circuit, isn't it? Percy, who is going to cross the line, and he hasn't improved his time so far. Ayrton now coming out of the triangle chicane as well. Let's see what Ayrton can do. He's on a 13.0, a 13 flat in the middle sector. Across the line he comes out. He's 10 fastest at the moment. Ayrton is on no soft tires. That's a good time. He's currently through at the moment, but is it going to be enough to keep him through? I'm not sure about that. And as the bar is going to be lowering all the time, Favre hasn't come out on the track even. And here's Tanger going under the crossover as well. Emerson and Siege are both having their times, and they're both out of qualifying at this stage of proceedings. Just quickly carrying on, and Swanshanks and Konnichiwa, Elar. Konnichiwa, Swanshanks as well. Yes, indeed, of course, Konnichiwa is hello. In Japan, that's the only bit of Japanese I know really is Konnichiwa. It's just got Tango there down into the spoon curve as well. It's called spoon because it's shaped like a spoon. I just guess it. Tango just had a brain fart. Goodness gracious me, that. So yes, and as I think that was when Tango was having a bit of doing a bit of the old spinneroonie through the old as well. Of course, if anyone ever remembers a guy called Booker T, then you will know what a spinneroonie is. Then I tried a spinneroonie once and I've done my back. Tango out of the final turn, then he goes across the line. He is third fast as well. Tango then, as a Gurman's happy with his position as well. Ayrton there is 8 seconds down, and here comes Percy. He's found 2 seconds on this lap, and can he sneak through in the qualifying free? He's done more than sneak through. He is right in the thick of things there in the top 10. He is through into qualifying free as it stands at the moment. We've still got 3 minutes to go then, so I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. And here comes Ayrton coming into the pits, and he is of course, come back in the pits. I wonder if Ayrton has time now to come in, throw a new set of boots on and get back out there. As Clark saying, there's a glitch. I just set my time on mediums, haha. Did he? And so, goodness me. So, yes, Clarky, who set his best time on the medium tires, but according to our graphic here, he has set him on the soft tires. And so, Clarky, I'm wondering if that's going to cost him now. So, there is Clarky out qualified. Hopefully, Clarky can participate in the race because I think there's a couple of races in gold so far. He's had a couple of issues, hasn't he? With technical gremlins out for Clarky. His return to LR has not been very fruitful so far for Clarky, but hopefully it will get a bit more fruitier at the end of this one tonight then. Accelerating that, then Gordon saying hello then, so we've got Milan saying come on, come on Emo, then we've also got Serge saying come on Emo Rods, who's watching. Goodness me, I think I've got that completely wrong then. Ayrton has called it a day in the garage. He's 12 fast at the moment. Just watching Nigel who is between himself and Farf at the moment. They're both on medium tires, and so it looks like the medium rubber is the best tire to start the Grand Prix on, but we'll find that out later on this session then. I have no earth idea about strategy around here. We've only got one DRS, and so surely one stopper will be quicker, mainly just because it's very difficult to overtake around this circuit, and there's a lot of twisty parts of the circle as well, isn't there? I think out in front is probably the best way to do this one, so less time in the pits then, more time out on the racetrack, which means surely you do not want to be caught up in that traffic then. Not like Brazil then, because Brazil a much easier place to overtake on. We are going to that race in 4 races time, of course. Next week we're in the land of the opportunities then, and German has got a golden opportunity then to snatch away the championship from Emerson's grasp, which he has had since the beginning of the F1 2020 game, hasn't he? Emerson's been very impeccable indeed, has he, in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Oh my goodness me! And what has gone on there? And I don't know, he's just disappeared into the middle of the circuit there. I'm not even sure what happened there. He's just exploded on the screen there. There is no car in front of him, and he just blew up there in front of me. And Nigel is out of qualifying now. Surely he must have hit something there. He's down the bottom of the hill. And oh my goodness gracious me then. And Nigel is out of qualifying now. I'm not even sure what happened there. Favre is through into qualifying 3. Troy is also going to be through as well. I don't think he knows what happened to Nigel there, but that was horrific. Absolutely horrific indeed there for Nigel. He just blew up there. Goodness me, spontaneously combust there. Goodness me then. Oh my golly gosh, then that was definitely a glitch, that was it, because I don't think I've ever seen a car just blow up in front of us before. Here's Troy onto the medium compound tyres. Hopefully Nigel will comment to let us know what happened with his car later on then, but Nigel is out of qualifying now. Even if he got through into qualifying, even if he got through then there's no spare cars in Formula 1 these days. It's Tango, he actually lost a tyre. Don't worry, Nigel, it will buff out then. Nigel has got a very unamused face there, hasn't he, there, which is, I'm sure he's not going to be very happy at all. On the stream then, it looks like he just blew up on the straight then, so maybe I've missed something there, but goodness me. Troy is found 2 tenths a second on the medium compound tyre here. Just coming out of the triangle chicane as well. Just in the Sirius Machine reckons it's a 1 stop then, medium to the hard tyres, and the soft tyres may not last too well around here. We'll see what the drivers have done then in terms of strategy. Troy is through then and into qualifying 3. Lovely stuff indeed there. So we got 3 soft runners there. German, Tango and Siege then. So German's only a 10th of a second quicker at the moment than Emerson, and Emerson's on the medium tires, and that speaks volumes to me then, because the delta between the medium and the soft tires is not a 10th of a second now. Camera reckons it's soft to mediums is also possible. I'm loving this. I love it when there's Clark, you're also on the soft tire as well. I apologise, albeit there's some dispute whether he is on the soft tire, as he thinks there's a glitch in the old system here, but 4 drivers on the soft, 6 drivers on the medium tires. I love it when the drivers don't know exactly what the strategy is. I really enjoy it indeed then. So 6 drivers on the medium tires, 4 on the soft compound tires. We're into qualifying 3 then. So who's going to be on pole position then for the Japanese Grand Prix? So far this season, it has been Milan who is at the second most pole positions, because the most pole positions has actually been infamous Pillarson, who's got 4 pole positions so far in 8 races. He's got 50% strike rate in qualifying trim there. Percy out qualifying, unfortunately, so that's pretty impressive indeed. Milan, who's got the second most with 3. Both those drivers not in tonight then, so the German now is aiming to get 3 in his account now. Emerson's it's only had 1 pole position so far this season, so it's all to play for here tonight then. Looking forward to this one. This is going to be a cracker indeed then, isn't it? Excuse me, I was just adjusting my old headpiece. I don't mean me hair, I mean me old headset indeed then. Oof, my word, I wish I wore a baggier t-shirt. After only 1 week out, I'm absolutely shattered. My goodness me, I only commentated on about not even an hour's worth of streaming yet. My golly gosh, it is a lot of hard work, this stream malark is. All I do is sit on my rear posterior and just talk cars of going around in a circuit, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's of course not just going around the circuit, it is wrestling the car around the best racetracks in the world in these monstrous beastie machines, and with 4 four wheels there, of course with the V6 1.6 litre turbocharged engines there, or something along those lines. And of course the technology is well above me head then. I just like it, but of course the technology absolutely astounds me as well. And of course it's about the best drivers against the best engineers in the world. It's fantastic, isn't it? Really good stuff. So then as we're now just coming over the crest of the hill as well, and coming up in to the 130R as well. As I mentioned, that was the quite a scary corner back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Alan McNish had a humongous smash there in 2002, which effectively ended his Formula 1 career. He was luckily got away unharmed there, didn't he? More or less then, but unfortunately McNish then didn't take part in another Formula race. So he only had one season, didn't he? McNish did, before he became test driver for the Renault team in 2003 after Fernando Alonso was the test driver for the Renault team in 2002. He was promoted to the full-time driver seat alongside Jarno Trulli in 2003. In that season as well, Alonso was the youngest ever pole sitter and became the youngest ever Grand Prix winner as well. Of course, and then he went on to win 2 world championships with the Renault team. And my golly gosh, that incredible stuff. So it's nice, they never done a 50% on this game, so not sure. I know, goodness me. So yeah, this is very much a voyage into the unknown tomorrow for Serious Mushroom and Colin, and I absolutely love it. Of course, I think it's much more dramatised, isn't it, when the drivers don't know what's going on then. Carboy getting a bit squirrely on the old rear posterior there, wasn't he? Goodness me. But he got away nonetheless. That McNish crash was brutal. Serious Mushroom saying it was indeed, because he actually broke the barrier as well, didn't he? McNish, didn't he? Ended up on the other side. We also had, wasn't Jerome D'Ambrosio who also did that similar thing then, of course, on his reconnaissance lap to the grid in the Virgin team in 2010, wasn't it? I'm sure it was something like that, wasn't it? Unfortunately, he didn't participate in the Grand Prix either that weekend, which is a shame. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Whew. Carboy out of the final turn, and 18 turns around this circuit, and Carboy goes onto a 29.0 so far to set us on our way in qualifying 3. Last season's pole position time we're almost and Emerson goes fast on a 28.4, and we're almost 4 seconds quicker than last season's pole position time. We're 25.4. We're on a 28.4 for Emerson. Now Gurman goes second fastest, a tenth of a second away, then just under a tenth of a second away then for his championship rival at the moment. It's getting very intense at the top of the time sheet as well. Far from band this time, and Tango goes full fastest in the Haas car as well. Lovely shot here, but I'm not looking at that shot. Here's Gamer, who is looking very much on song here tonight. You see that now? Gamer can very much make the most of this circuit out, because this is a driver circuit. Gamer is a superlative driver. He goes first fastest there. He's on the second row of the grid, and this is best performance so far in ALR Gold. I'm absolutely loving it. Great stuff indeed there for the multiple Grand Prix winner in gold. Clarkey has had submissions at the top of the hill, the yes section there in the Alpine car there. So Clarkey, lovely gold and black helmet, by the way. That's very much ALR colours. Fantastic stuff indeed that. And as Serge was saying, that camera needs moving before the 130R, because the tree needs a trimming then. Oh yeah, I think there's somebody scaled the Oda hedge cutters there, don't they? It's because we're just riding up the hill then. Sloth has joined the session, and again, of course, Sloth, who's looking strong, but unfortunately is out in qualifying too. We've only got a 9-car shootout, and we're just on board with Troy, who's trying to warm up those tires, and Clarkey, who is yeah, that's the tree that Serious Russian's talking about then. So I think someone needs to get the old trimmers out there, don't they? And give that tree a bit of a trim there on the outside. On board Troy now then. So let's enjoy this lap, shall we, with the Silver World Champion then. As he got DRS head, as I said, there's only one DRS zone around this circuit, isn't there? There's not really many other places you can have the DRS head. Over the grid hatch as well. They're coming into turn 1, which is more of an entry point into turn 2 then. Look at that, not even braking there. Now into turn 2, where Grosjean and Webber came to blows in 2012, didn't they? Now into the S as well then. Look at this then. We had, I think I remember Becca having a big smash there in the last season in Silver, or the season before. And we're going for the S as well, and look at this, and they get progressively slower, don't they? Now coming out of the S, and coming up to Dunlop as well, and we've had some humongous smashes around there in the wet end. Now into the first deck. Now hold on to the seat, you're underpants. Incredible, isn't it? Running out wide into the second one, but kept much slower than the first one, under the crossover, and now coming up into the Dunlop hairpin, which I don't think it's Dunlop hairpin at all, isn't it? As you can see, there's a groove in the track there, isn't it? You've got to stay in those grooves and accelerate away. Do not get in the power too heavily there. And next, this corner next, nothing at all there in the dry, in the the wet is very precarious there. Nigel and Murphy crashed there a couple of seasons ago into Spoon now then, and he's gone very wide there. Not Troy has it, but he's still fine. He's still fine and accelerating away then, and using all the track and then some. And now he is building up to the hill. Now look at this, and he's approaching 7th gear, 8th gear, 185 miles an hour, and now he flicks it into the 130 yard. Not even a hint of a lift there from the Troy. Incredible. Now break him down then into a 3rd gear, 2nd gear, 60 miles an hour before he gets back on the power. Right in the curve then, and here is the lap there as well. He's hugging the inside then. He wants the shortest route to the line. He is 5th faster than the Ferrari. That is what Ferrari needs. That is what Emerson needs. That is what Emerson and Troy needs. And they are now 5th in at first on the grid as well. They are 22 points beyond the McLaren in the constructor standings. Nigel had some major issues there in qualifying too, didn't he? He is out of action then until the race itself, but let's see how that progresses. Points are not scored in qualifying. That's a sprint. Points are scored in the race. So Cardboy then, who's out very early on with just at 4 3/4 minutes to go. As Scooby Stu saying, I crashed last season, ended up upside down. Oh gosh, I think I must have missed that. Unless, actually, I think I did see that in the corner of my eye. Is that there was someone upside down, was there? Scooby Stu there accelerating that as well. And great times tonight, though. Serious Russian saying that we have mentioned the times are slower than last season, but quite considerable. But remember, we have lost about 10% of downforce, haven't they? And around tracks like these, then, where you really need the downforce of the cars, then it is really affecting the drivers, isn't there? Incredible, but still incredible times indeed. There just shows how much the drivers and the engineers can pull back then on these impressive Formula One machines. Then on board now with Cardboy, yellow flag in 2 and 3. It's one of the Ferraris out. It's Troy, the only Ferrari out at the moment now, as he is just winding up and ready to go. By the way, since we have, in the last couple of weeks, Ed, we've actually gained, I think, 3 or 4 subscribers. So to me, that's telling me that the less you hear me, the more you like to subscribe to us. And incredible stuff indeed. But thank you very much there for your subscribe, for all your for like pushing the subscribe button and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, really makes my weekend indeed. And so yeah. Very much appreciate that. It's a fantastic stuff, and I think we're about 14-ish away from the magical 500, aren't we? Hang on, no, not 500, 400. I'm being very optimistic with 500. 14 away from 400, so fantastic stuff indeed. Then. Church Russian, 10% less downforce, lost 10% downforce, 20% brain cells. Then you do it around this circuit, and if you crash heavily around here, goodness me, you're going to go off in a humongous way. Cardboy, look at that, you maximising all the track, and then some beautiful stuff there from Cardboy. Absolutely mega stuff. Across the line, he goes third fast there. Talking about Gamer's incredible performance tonight. And what about Cardboy? 2/10 seconds away from Emerson there. Gamer also in the facility as well. This is great times indeed there. Aston Martin are doing really well. Both drivers in the top 10 moment. Here comes Siege as he comes over the crest hill. I think this is 7th start here tonight for Siege in gold. Fantastic. Showing about the default helmet then, but I'll let that slide. And my goodness me, we've just peaked 42 viewers. My golly gosh, wow, thank you very much indeed then. Oh, it's gone down to 40 now, but well, I'm absolutely humbled by that, and goodness gracious me, thank you very much guys and girls. Absolutely lovely stuff indeed then as Siege comes across the line. He's a 10th of a second slower than Gamer, and he is on the 3rd row of the grid. Magnificent stuff indeed then, as we're just going to have a bit of a lull now. And Gamer then who's on an out lap then, so the drivers now starting to come out of the pits. These are very long laps around here, so they are about 90 odd seconds these laps are, aren't they? So goodness gracious me, so you've got to get out quite early on then. Of course your out laps are not going to be as quick as your quick laps obviously, because you're just trying to get the car into prime position and ready to go. And so it's right to say the ones that don't sub, they're lost then. I would say that then, but if you put the stream on mute, then yes it very much is their loss then, because there are some cracking drivers out there, isn't there? You'll see the likes of Emerson, a double world champion. You'll see the likes of Gurman, a silver world champion. You see Cardboy, runner up last season. You'll see Gamer, a multiple Grand Prix winner in silver, and of course third in silver as well last season. You've got Siege then, who's a newish driver around here in these parts there, but he is a magnificent specimen of a driver as well. Troy, the silver world champion from last season. Tango, who has got multiple podiums to his name. Tango hasn't he? Very close to 3 podiums to his name. Tango has then, but close but no cigar. Should be a Grand Prix winner already. Far for a 3-time Grand Prix winner in gold. Then we've also got Clark as well, a 2-time Grand Prix winner as well. Those lists of Those are lists of incredible driver accolades. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Just on board with Gaiman and accelerating away then. Let's go on board now then with Gaiman as he comes across the line and his teammate, no, it wasn't his teammate, it was a Mercedes coming in the pits across the line. It was his teammate, CGen, so he's out qualifying, but he's 5th fast at the moment now, which is not too shabby at all, isn't it, from CGen? But Gamer is really on song, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed there for Gamer, running out quite nice indeed. I'm loving the fact that there's a Cardboy is in third then. Cardboy is at the moment, has a great performance indeed then, but I'm loving seeing Gamer back in the sharp end of the field. This is exactly where it belongs, doesn't he? The multiple Grand Prix winner in silver, going through the S as well, and this is his first time in B. Let's see what he can do as he comes through Dunlop as well. He's a 10th of a second down the first split time now. I'm wondering that if he is just trying to give his tires a bit of a breather in sector 1, so he's got more grip at the end of the lap itself. As I mentioned, that it is a longer lap around there. We're touching the 1 minute 38, 1 minute 38, 1 minute and 28 around here. It's a long lap indeed. Lovely shot here from just in front of the cockpit of where Gamer is situated. Now into Spoon Curve as well then in car 59, and this is becoming a signature number for Gamer as well. Running out wide then, keeping very much in the track limits as well, building up speed once again, coming up then to almost a 196 miles an hour then, touching top speed then. The speeds has just been scrubbed off slightly there as the power dulls, and that was incredible stuff indeed, wasn't it? Now into the triangle chicane and accelerating away then. Let's see then what Gamer can do then. Comes across the line and what about the final time then? Is enough for second row of the grid then. Magnificent stuff indeed. Clarkey second on the grid. Clarkey is really, oh my goodness me, Clarkey is really just put his nose in where he should have belonged, or should he? That's incredible stuff indeed. Troy's gone full fast as Gamer's back down to 6th motor. What about the McLaren of Gurman's on pole position there for the Japanese Grand Prix by 3/10 of a second. Emerson cannot come close there. What a final lap there from Gurman there. And out of nowhere as well for Gurman. He is on pole position then for the Japanese Grand Prix. 5 across the line then. But it is Gurman then who gets his 3rd pole position of the season. Wow, incredible stuff indeed there for Gurman. That's his 2nd pole position in the row as well after Singapore. So Gurman didn't mind about the break, did he? He's picked up where he's left off as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff there for Gurman. That is his 6th pole position of his career as well there for Gurman. Really impressive stuff there as he cups his ear as he is on pole position by a 10th and a half. Well, I say Emerson didn't get close there. Well, 10th and a half is still quite close indeed, isn't it? But in Formula 1 trims there, it is potentially night and day. Incredible stuff indeed then. Clarkey, goodness me, he really much was the broke up the party, didn't he? A great final lap there from Clarkey to almost get on the front row of the grid there. He was on the 2nd row in the end, but he's on the racing line going into turn 1. How important is that going to be then? It is a downhill start, isn't there? So the drivers have got to be on the brakes, haven't they? So they cannot, they don't want to let the cars roll, do they? Bit of active suspension over there. I don't think that's illegal. Goodness me. We have got, as Jamie said, guess who's back? Search Wrestling Gurman taking the Waz now. Incredible stuff indeed. That game saying I could do so much more. Made a huge mistake in sector 1 as I was thinking then it's a Gamer was just playing it cool in sector 1 there, but unfortunately he did make a mistake there. But that is his best performance in his goal career, in my humble opinion. Fantastic stuff indeed. And now then we are starting at the Grand Prix itself. I'm going to say it's every stream then, but I was really regretting having that extra bottle of Coke then before coming on there, as I've become a bit windy. So it's saying a good luck all then, and yes indeed, I echo that sentiment as well. 19 cars on the grid. Shall we get going, shall we? Yes, shall we indeed. Not a hard tire in sight then, so let's go for the grid show from front to back, from pole position to 19th on the grid there. Soft runners there for JVDA Gaming. We've also got soft tires there for Mr. Lee as well, for Ayrton on soft tires, Siege and Tango Softs and Gurman. All the rest of the grid is on the medium compound tires there. Gurman pole position for the 6th time of his career, for the 3rd time this season that Gurman is in such a rich run of form there. The 2 championship protagonists, just like in the real world, for the Formula One then, or would have been if we if that pleasure was stolen from us, wasn't it? It's on a Friday night there. But Emerson is alongside Gurman on row one. Then the two championship protagonists are there. 14 points separates these two drivers there. And the championship with 6 rounds to go. Then it's so close to call. I love it. Clarkey, a super sub this season. He's a 2-time Grand Prix winner in gold in third position. Carboy having a superb drive here tonight in full fed. Troy in 5th position. That is what Ferrari needs, isn't it? Ferrari very much said. Ferrari very much in the thick of things, and they need to whittle down the gap between themselves in McLaren. It's 22 points so far. Gamer in 6th position, magnificent performance indeed. Tango in 7th, and with Siege in 8th there on soft tires. Watch them at the starts, and they might be quite quick indeed then. Edu saying KM go Lucas as well. Farfin at 9th position there with Percy in 10th position. Nigel at 11th, and he had a mysterious issue there in qualifying too, didn't he? He is out of the top 10, but he's on fresh medium tires. Dynamo Dan really flying the flag beautifully for the Honda power, as is Cartboy as well. He's in 12th position. Dynamo Dan is. He's in the relegation zone at the moment now. 13th position is Ayrton. He's on the soft tires. Ayrton's going to attack as well. Chazza, well out of position, and he's third in the championship. Lovely helmet design as well for Chazza, aka Charlie Scott in 14th. Sloth in 15th position there. He's back in the session as well. Can he get in his car? Mr. Lee in 16th position. 17th position is JVDA Gaming. 18th is Knowlesy. 19th is Murphy. Both on medium tires. Thank you. Sloth is left. Admin, get him an invite, please. There's a lovely shot here from Gurman. That is his focus going down into turn 1 then. Thank you for everyone who's watching tonight. 48 viewers. My golly gosh. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to really I'm going to have to step up my game here. I'm a bit nervous now. 27 laps around the Japanese Grand Prix circuit then. Let's see what this one's going to do then. There's Gurman, and he is focused, and his championship rival is to the left of us, to the right of him on the grid then. And when are we going to get going then? When are those lights going to come on then? We are green here tonight. They check out the panel is lighted up green, and we are getting ready to get going then. But there is a problem at the moment then, as we got a bit of a full start here then, as we got a lovely shot here. However, the lights are not coming on at the moment, are they? Well, the lights are not coming on then. Sloth has left the session then, and now the lights are coming on then. And here we go then for the start of the Japanese Grand Prix. It's lights out, and it's go for the Japanese Grand Prix. The two championship rivals that are side by side going into turn 1. Emerson's on a cracking start. Gurman's going to have to get over it. And no, he doesn't. Gurman goes on the outside then. Emerson is down in 2nd position. Then Clark in 3rd. Troy is going on the outside of Carboy. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Both Ferraris are 2nd and 4th here tonight. What incredible, that's an important start there for Tango. For Emerson there, and for Clark as well. Yellow flag there is what Tango's off the circuit. Gaiman's off the circuit as well. And 9 Troy's there, almost being forced off the circuit there from Clarky, but he's okay. Yellow flag. Percy is out of the Grand Prix. He's gone off in Dunlop there. It's a humongous smash, and it's a virtual safety car. And Percy out of the Grand Prix, and Gaiman down in 18th position as well. It's an appalling start. It's an appalling start then for the Mercedes team. Then both 18th, and one's 18th, one is out of the Grand Prix, and that is important now for Gurman. Now, Emerson had a great launch, didn't he? But goodness me, Gurman had a cleaner run, didn't he, into turn 1? So a virtual safety car. This is what the drivers have to do. They have to adhere to the delta on their steering wheel on the top right hand side of the screen there. They cannot go over that delta, can they? Otherwise you will get a drive-through penalty there. And Percy's left the section. He's going to be furious. That is such a shame for Percy, out of the race already before we've even got going. And talking to drive-through penalties, Gaiman has got a drive-through penalty there in the Mercedes. That's not going to talk. Back racing. Clark has had a good run there on Emerson there. So we're going into turn 1. Gurman's left the session. Oh goodness me, Gurman has left the session. This is not going to talk for the championship leader. Sloth is back in the session. Then Gurman, oh no, and this is a major problem now, because Gurman has gracious me, of course he's left the session. He's a ghost now, isn't he? Oh my goodness me, he's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Emerson, then what is he going to do? Gurman's back in the session. He's got back in pronto here. Donovan down to the points. Good 17th there. Emerson hasn't got past Gurman just yet. Remember, yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag in sector 1. And we've got a lot of wing changes there. Just take a look to see what's going on. Not much there. And German there is still leading it, and German is, I think he's back in the car, German is up, but he's got pressure now from Emerson behind him, right? And here they go, this is what I want to see Emerson and German going wheel to wheel, penalties galore at the back of the field as well, but I think German's got in the car now, so yes, that would have been quite a bitter pill to swallow there for the man who's second the World Championship. Yellow flag as Tango is having a nightmare race at the moment. German leads, second position there is Emerson, then we got a third position at the moment there is Clarkey, Troy in fourth, Carboy in fifth, Gamer in sixth, and Far for seventh. Nigel's in eighth position at the moment as we are just entering the second half of the second lap now then. Well, up in five position there is Chazza, he's flown through the field there, so is Mr. Lee, he's up six position along with Nosey and Murphy as well then, as we go over the crest of the hill then before he come into the 130 island, and Carter's and Troy's having a look there but no dice then. Clarkey, it's great to see Clarkey back up there as well into the triangle chicane then, and now then German there just got to get himself sorted then, and away he goes then, because of course he's on the soft tires and he needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining. It was an important part of the race, and turn one was there as if German lost out, then he would have lost some crucial time there, because this is where he needs to make hay then, with Emerson on the slower tire than with the medium tire, so he is going to go longer in his first stint than what German is there. So German needs to do a sprint part of the race now, that he needs to start to pull away from Emerson as quickly as possible then, but unfortunately that disconnection has really hurt German, hasn't it? And it's played into the hands there of Emerson. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there. As Serious Russian said that Emerson was giving him a chance to take control, possibly. I think that would have been very nice indeed there from Emerson. So really good stuff going into the crossover again. So yes, at the start then quite important indeed that German leads Emerson in second position, and Clarkey 7/10 of a second back from Emerson. Well, Troy in fourth position, Nigel in the second, McLaren is now to 8th place. That is important in the Constructors' Championship. Knowlesy is now moving south into 11th position. He had a superb start. Knowlesy has, and he's in 12th position then, or is he then? Because Ayrton and Knowlesy are having an incredible battle here, and yes, Ayrton, Knowlesy's got past, and here comes Murphy. And remember, Murphy had a humongous smash here a couple of seasons ago. Murphy having a look then into the spoon curve as well. No dice at the moment then, and we've also got Slothfin, who's a bit out of position as well at this moment, isn't he? But he is trying to make up as much time as possible as they come over the crest of the hill once again. And look at this, Ayrton is going to be very much looking into his wing mirrors as well, because here's Murphy, we're on board of it now then. Murphy is, and of course he is fighting for third position in the championship, isn't he? His best position in the championship was season 1 of ALR, wasn't it? Way back many moons ago then. Of course this is Murphy's 103rd Grand Prix starts, like goodness gracious me, and he's like the front part of furniture now, isn't he? To turn one, and Farfin is 75th Grand Prix starts as well. Knowlesy's on the inside, and Mr. Lee is in major peril here. He's going back up the inside, and look at this, and that's great manoeuvre there from Mr. Lee. Knowlesy's got the inside, but Mr. Lee is having none of it, cuts across there and giving Knowlesy no option at all then. Incredible battling here in the midfield then, fantastic stuff. The battle at the front is just as fraught as it is in the midfield. On board there with Ayrton once again, he's on the soft compound tyre here. Ayrton is in JVDA Gaming there, struggling at the moment there in his first race here in ALR. He is down in 70th position then. Murphy hasn't got past Ayrton yet, and Ayrton is on the soft tyres. So remember, this is Ayrton's first ever gold appearance then in ALR. Oh my gosh, there he's going to go on the outside, and he is on the outside, Murphy. So Ayrton's got the inside line, but Murphy is going to have more purchase, more traction. He is through and into 12th position now. Ayrton dropped down to 30th position now. Next target at his soft one, and Ayrton's challenging, so don't bid for it, not being a delay just down there, because now we got Sloth, who is going on the inside as well. Oh goodness me, into Spoon again then, but Ayrton is giving him no room for manoeuvre there. Emerson at the front though is now reeled it down to under 10th of a second. He's now, oh goodness me, he's through, he passes German. Emerson leads the Japanese Grand Prix, and goodness me, and now Emerson, who I think has got more pace at the moment. German does have the track, does have the DRS, so we're on board with Clark at the moment. The German there coming over the grid hatch as well. Emerson leads the Grand Prix with German in second, Clark in third position. We had a great battle between Granty and Emerson a couple of seasons ago. I think this in season 2 or 3 around here. Watching Nigel then, who's just dropped down to 9th position, because Chazza is now at 8th position as well. Mr. Lee is off the circuit, he's dropped down to 40th position. Mr. Lee has that, and oh, we got the other Red Bull of Dynamo Dan through now in 40th position as well. Lovely livery there on the Red Bull. My goodness me. Farf in a very solid 7th position there. Farf doing an absolutely stupendous job out there. Really good stuff from Farf, and Emerson has got the gap at the 6/10 second. Those medium tires are looking strong at the moment there, aren't they? And I think those soft rounds of Ayrton, Mr. Elite and Game-In is really strong on the outside. Chaser goes. He's past Farf and away he goes then. He's cutting through the field like a hot knife through butter. Magnificent 17. Seriously, I said the soft tires drop off and they are struggling only after 5 laps then. So is the soft runners going to be forced onto the hard tires, and surely they're going to be, aren't they? And it might be a bit early than what they would have wanted to go onto those hard tires. Like, so there's now a queue forming behind German here then. Oh goodness me, then he will have the undercut, but as we mentioned in qualifying, it's very difficult to overtake on this circuit, so track position is key around here, I would say. And now coming into the triangle chicane as well. As Chaza is a DRS beyond him now. We're going to have a bit of some DRS trains, I would hazard a guess then. Clarkey is, as Chaz has got the fast out of the race, and Clarkey is on the look on the outside. Not quite though. He's not in the championship battle, is he? Clarkey is it. As Murphy's got past Knowlesy and moved himself up into 10th position now. Knowlesy dropping down to 11th. Nigel all over the back of Farf as well. As Farf is starting to drop like a stone in the Haas car. Of course, Farf driving the Haas car tomorrow night as well for silver. So keep an eye on that one, folks. Tomorrow night, 7:30 UK time. The perfect way to start your week, isn't it? With some LR silver action, isn't it? The DRS train is now starting to form, isn't it? Behind Emerson and Coden. It is so close here in this race, as I was mentioning. Oh gosh, there, and that's a bit of contact there from Nigel there. He's hit the back of the car for Farf. It is knocked Farf a bit off his game there, but I hope and damage Nigel's up front wing section. These wings are quite delicate indeed. They're very strong now if you stand on them, but there is so much velocity in when you're racing these cars around the Japanese Grand Prix circuit, or any Grand Prix circuit, I would say, that with so much velocity then that the wings just, any tap there, and the wings just fall apart, and it's so much energy going through as well. Over the crest as well. Emerson's now out of the DRS zone. And of course, if you're new to Formula 1, then of course, great 70. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, and 47 viewers. My golly gosh, if any of you are new to Formula 1, then the DRS is the drag reduction system. It is the slot in the rear wing. Then we're on board with Troy. Look in front where he says Alpine. It doesn't say anymore, does it? Because Clark is up with that rear wing then. And of course, it just lets the air go through. It reduces the drag there and makes the car go quicker. He's on the outside. But German is defending nicely as well. Look, Troy is on the inside into turn 2. Not quite though, not quite. So Troy is still back at the moment. Now German is becoming a bit of a bottle stop, isn't he, at the moment? And cork in the bottle is what I was trying to say. Now, he's become the cork in the bottle now, isn't he? German is he's losing time to Emerson. Now, Emerson's now 1.5 seconds in front there. When is German going to come in the pits then? He can the medium tires last 20 laps then. I think it'll be a stretch there, but surely the McLaren mechanics going to be outside in the not too distant future, because he is still within the undercut. That is when you pit first before your rivals, and you go out and you step blistering times then. And of course, whilst your rival will be still out on track, Emerson can react though, of course, then, because Emerson going to the hard tires this early on then, and can react then if he wants it. But I think that the undercut is quite powerful around here because there's a lot of curves there, there's a lot of corners there. So Emerson can only react a lap after German. Of course, he has the car in front, isn't he? Yellow flag in one, as Gaming has had some issues there in the Mercedes and having a bit of a nightmare race here tonight. Gaming is unfortunately, as Clarkey very close to the back of German once again. He's going to go on the inside to the triangle chicane then. Of course, remember what happened between Ayrton and Prost, then back in Allen and Ayrton, back in the early days, it was back in the 89 season, wasn't it, in the McLaren team, where both of them were teammates across the line. Once again, Clark is going for it, he is past German dropping down the third position, and the championship leader, yellow flags is one as well. Oh, Clark has got off it, and German was having a look then, but I think that German doesn't want to lose his wing then on the back of the Alpine car. And of course, Clark is not involved in the championship chase this season, mainly because he's been a super sub, hasn't he, for most of the season. Chaz now up to 6th position, getting past Gamer. We have got As we got a safety car, for some reason. Oh, that's why Gaming's off the circuit there. He's gone off in Dunlop there, and he's been disqualified for parking in the wrong location. So you can't park there, sir. Mr. Elite is just coming to the pit set and into the pits. Well, look how bumpy the paper is here. And now the Aston Martin mechanic said going onto the medium tyres here. We have Mr. Elite going onto the hard compound tyres, and he's in and out, shaking all about that. And he's now coming out of the pits, right into the pits. There comes Tango as well. So this is a great opportunity then for anyone who is on the soft tyres then, or anyone who's had a bit of a nightmare start in this, a bit of a nightmare race in this one. Tango out as well then. So this is going to play. I think Emerson. This is going to play into Emerson's race strategy, isn't it? Because they're all going to have to go in the pits and they're all going to be on the same tyres. And so this safety car has kind of ruined the intrigue in this race, unfortunately, because I was not too sure what was going to happen really in terms of who's going to do what. But so I think the German is going to be a bit disappointed by this safety car. And yes, indeed he is. So lap 8 out of 27. Surely is the time to come to the pits for the rivals. What is Emerson doing then? And Emerson is staying out. Goodness gracious me, then that's a surprise. And so the championship leader is staying out then into the pits. And everyone else is in the pits. And has Emerson made a mistake then? Or is he flying his own flag? Chaz is out, is staying out as well. Oh my goodness me. So into the pits there comes Clarky then. We've also got Troy in the pits. Well, on the hard tyres then. There's Taylor. Let's see who's done what then. German is out in 7th. So there's a Haasberg car coming to the pits. That is Farf in the pits. Medium tyres now for German until the end of the race. Is those medium tyres going to stick with it? That is the question on my opinion. Mine then. Farf has gone soft then, and goodness me, well, he may have gone soft in. I was on about his tyre selection, goodness gracious me. Ayrton out on the medium tyres, Nigel on the medium as well. Don Madan also coming out of the pits as well, but here's Mr. Elite then using the undercut to his advantage, albeit only one lap then under safety car Delta. Emerson not coming to the pits then. I'm surprised by this from Emerson not coming in the pits, and Chaz hasn't come in the pits either, nor is it Murphy or Nosey or Sloth either. So Emerson will have a clear track then, whilst Clarkey and German are going to have to get through as well. Remember what we said at the beginning? We was talking about having a clear track, wasn't we there? A clear track, which a track position is king around here. If you don't have track position, then that may be costly indeed. Let's go to the comment, shall we? Goodness gracious me. Emerson giving him a chance to take control there. Serious Rich saying, I said the softs would drop off. Ben Milan saying, wonder which setup Emerson is using there. As of course Milan is the king of the setups, isn't he there? Unfortunately Milan unable to race tonight. We have got Serious Rich he will be using mine. Serious Rich saying, laugh out loud. Clarkey not shy of a pass either then. And Emerson will go medium soft tyres. Medium soft tyres is what Serious Rich is saying then. So keep your comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen there. I'll read them out as much as I possibly can. And that beautiful Aston Martin safety car then is leading us around at the moment now. One more lap beyond the safety car because we're just waiting for Tango and Siege to catch up, who have had a bit of a nightmare start here in the Japanese Grand Prix. And by the way, thank you all for joining us tonight as well. This is the highest viewers in one time that we've ever had here tonight, and goodness gracious me, I'm absolutely humbled indeed. Thank you very much, Dan. Really made my week indeed, Dan. And we've had a cracking Brazilian Grand Prix. We're now having a cracking Japanese Grand Prix here in ALR. Remember that we have 4 races of ALR this week. Tomorrow night it is silver, 7:30 UK time. Then Tommy is on the cusp of a World Championship. I don't think he can win it tomorrow. I need to get my calculator out, but I'm sure he can win it in the United States Grand Prix. I think he'll be very close tomorrow, but I don't think he can win it tomorrow. On the Tuesday night, the championship in France has been completely turned over. Theo has got an incredible gap now, with Ayrton now up in the second of the championship, and then in COBALT as well on Wednesday night. Then, so that is our schedule for this week then. So goodness gracious me then. It's 56 to watch, and now 57 Serious Wrestling Milan saying thank you. It's absolutely fantastic stuff, and 17 laps to go in this race then. Brilliant stuff indeed. I'm very much out of breath, for goodness me. I gotta say, maybe having a break, maybe having a 2-week break for the race then is very much a good idea, isn't it? Maybe it just makes the heart grow stronger. then. Maybe, or perhaps then that you're just enjoying a lovely bit of entertainment on a Sunday night. And this is the perfect entertainment for me on Sunday, and very much getting my blood running very nicely indeed. Then before the start of the week, before the start of the week, then of course it's Monday. I need to get myself sorted after doing absolutely nothing during the weekend as well. Milan there, unfortunately, not very well, which is why he's not racing. So that is a shame indeed, isn't there, from Milan, who's unfortunately unable to race that. And indeed, then of course, we've got a couple of, I think it's Silent Shift in the bronze driver, also saying then that he's not very well either. But fingers crossed that you all are feeling better soon, and that you're all, and of course, that you're all able to race that next week. Hopefully, Silent Shift is able to race this week as well. Lights are off on the safety car. We're back racing then. So the top 5 have not stopped then. That's Sloth, Knowlesy, Murphy, Chaza, and Emerson. Everyone else has stopped at least once. We've got new tyres for Clark on hard tyres, medium tyres for German as well. So German, the only drivers of the top runners that go on to the medium. Everyone else is going to the hard, which is their only option then. Emerson then, this is a golden opportunity today for Emerson as he needs to extend his lead in the championship then, but he now needs to really put his toe down, doesn't he? And we're back racing here in Japan now. It's difficult to overtake around here. Chaz is 3 tenths of a second back at the moment. Farf has got past a gamer already here, and Farf not wasting no time at all as he comes across the line and gamer having a look there, but no dice about it. Bull's got Nigel there, so having a look going into turn 1. No DRS yet, and we have to wait within oh my goodness me, Sloth is all over the back of Knowlesy here. Knowlesy there very much hanging on to the car. Incredible stuff indeed there. Of course, no DRS then for the first within the first 2 laps of the safety car. As Mr. Elite is in peril. Oh, he's damaged the car. Mr. Elite has, and he's lost the whole of the front wing now. And Mr. Elite then, that is going to be a pain for that. I think that's Mr. Elite's chance of pole position. Of points tonight, and might be done and dusted, unfortunately. Back in this battle here, and Nigel having a look there on the inside. Gamer there is struggling to get those hard tires up to temperature. And Ayrton there is really on the back of Gamer, but Nigel's also following him as well. German is at no dice at the moment, as German is still behind Clarkey, who in turn is still behind still behind a Sloth fence, so we're not by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm just taking a look then to see if I can get back in. And just taking a look then to see what's going on then. Apologies about this, guys. I'm absolutely devastated, really, because that was a cracking race indeed, wasn't it? All right, then, let's see if I can get my composure back, and we can get back going once again. Let me join off Ayrton, shall we? Ayrton's got Battlefield. Absolutely horrific stuff indeed, isn't it? But there we go. Anyway, yep, I am going to join. How do I join? No! Oh dear. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can get back in. Who am I looking for? I think I'm looking for Farf, aren't I am, but he's appearing offline. Great stuff. Right. My goodness me. It was an absolutely good race, wasn't it? Cody's did it all again then. Yeah, Charles, I'm hoping it's Cody's then, because, yeah. Otherwise, if it's just me that's gone on, that's going to be quite embarrassing indeed, isn't it? But there we go. Let me just... German, let's see if I can join in with German. Serious question. Nigel left. Oh, and so Nigel's left as well, has he? Okay. So, yeah, we'll get back in pronto. No, that's not what I want, is it? Right. Hang on. Oh, so what we're seeing, Serious Mushroom is saying that Nigel and Dan have left the session now. So, yeah, we've got a couple of other drivers that are having issues as well. So this is not good, is it? Unfortunately, which I'm absolutely devastated, really, because the night we're having so many viewers, and this happens, which is a bit annoying, isn't it? You would have, hopefully it would have happened like sometime last week or something like that. Right, let me get me composure, and I'll get back into it. So I wanted to join. So I'm joining. Join the group. And we'll be back in momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, thanks. We are missing all the action now, because I want to know what's happening to to everyone else in this race then. So goodness gracious me then, this is going to be, I hope I missed the pit stops there. Golly gosh then, I'm going to be absolutely furious at that. No, unfortunately, I think that my sync might be better now as well, but no, I'm ready. I am ready. We're back here in the race. So thank you for keeping it going in this one. And yes, and so at the moment we're just going back then. It is Emerson leading with Chaz in second position. And Emerson is dropped off the pace slightly, hasn't he, here? And German is still behind Clark as well, with Sloth and Co. have gone up the order then. Goodness gracious me then. So Emerson is still leading this race then. But it is not all over, isn't it? Because now we've got Chazza, who is very close to the back of him as well. We're on board then with Chazza. He's 3 tenths of a second away, 2 tenths of a second away. Chazza's there. What a race so far at ALR. And he's really pulling pressure now on the ALR World Champion. Look at this. He's giving him a bit of a nerf. And German's on the inside. He has passed Clarkey. He moves up into 6th position there. And now he is. Can he rocket away from Clarkey with on the medium compound tires? This race is not done and dusted, is it, by any stretch of imagination? German has done 4 laps then with Emerson on 13 laps then. Oh, as a software just in front of us. But look at how much German is pushing then now. The information that German is going to be getting there. We've got yellow flag in the background. We're also with Farf is off the circuit. Dunlop and Farf has got off the circuit, unfortunately. And that is such a shame then. Gamer is currently got he's got a penalty. Gamer hasn't he? Unfortunately, and I think that's a 3-second penalty. It is indeed then. And the gap at the front is still 2 tenths of a second, and Nigel has just got past Carput as well. Gamer's dropped down the order. Gamer's in peril as well, unfortunately. Gamer's had a superb race, and he is down the order as well, which is such a shame. Back on board with Chaz then, as he has just gone slightly wide, then coming out of Spoon as well. No DRS then, building up into the 130R just yet, is he? But look at this, he's all over the floor now, goodness me. And look, that Murphy who's out with a Grand Prix is also in the facility. They're going to be on the stop tires, like Sirius Mushroom said. They're going into the triangle chicane then on lap 14. And these Emerson there struggling with performance there, is the goodness gracious me. And then Chaz has got DRS, and this is probably the only real overtaking opportunity. And he's right alongside the champion. And German's on the fast lap race. Chaz takes the lead in the Japanese Grand Prix into turn 1. Then Murphy's going to follow him through. Not quite then. Clarkey is dropping down the order. He's really struggling. Clarkey's the one, but he's going back a bit. And there's going to be contact. There's a bit of contact. And Troy's got the high ground. He's got the position. He is in 7th position now, and Troy is now away. Tango up into 11th position now. Ayrton is dropping down 2 positions there, going in to turn number 1. What an incredible Grand Prix this has turned out to be at the moment. Fantastic stuff indeed. Real Johnny, hello, good evening, Real Johnny. Great stuff to have you along for the ride then. Emerson is really struggling indeed, because look, Chaz is already a second in front. That German's also through as well. Remember that German is already pitted so far. He's already pitted so far, hasn't he? The guys in front of him haven't. Now, German, this is a golden opportunity tonight as well, because he can narrow the gap down to 7 points, and if he wins, then Emerson finishes second tonight. And that is the championship battle. But that is a championship battle that is really unfolded between German and Emerson. Incredible stuff indeed. But can Chazza get his first Grand Prix win? Can Murphy get his first Grand Prix win as well? My golly gosh, then. And now we're just very close to the back of Emerson once again. As Murphy is using a lot of hers. That is the going in yellow flag into Ayrton is in major peril. It's in Spoon curve, and Murphy having a look there on Emerson, but no dice. Remember, these two came to blows, didn't they, in Abu Dhabi at the end of season 2, didn't they? Chaz has set the fast lap of the race over the line then, and look, Emerson is struggling there. Has he got damage to his car, or is he just slow at this stage of season? And Murphy is through up into oh, Murphy's got off the circuit. Murphy's off the circuit now, and that is so Murphy was through, but I think he took too much curb on the inside, and he has dropped back behind it. No, has dropped back. Oh, Emerson, the championship leader's off the circuit. Emerson is dropping back as those tyres had reached the peak in the Ferrari. He is in major peril. Emerson is in, and they're on board now. Then I think he's yes, Emerson is struggling here. Oh my goodness me! And Sloth is having a look into Nosey into the first Dunlop, to the first deck now as well. What a save by Dan. Sirius Mushroom is saying, oh, Clark, he's got a 3-second penalty. Chaz is now 3 seconds up the road then from Murphy, who has got a QB on him of Nosey, Sloth and German as well. Emerson is now got his teammate all over the back from his teammate is on fresh hard tyres. Is Emerson going to limp back to the pits? And he is struggling, isn't he? Emerson is and now German is really on the ascendancy. Lap 16 out of 27. How long can those soft tyres go? They were falling off quite rapidly after about 6 or 7 laps, but the cars are going to be a bit lighter at this stage of proceedings now, aren't they? So I wonder if they can eke it out then maybe another couple of laps there, but we'll soon find out. Is anyone going to come to the pits this time? Chazza has got got a 3-second gap now, hasn't he, over the cars in front of him. Back on board once again and accelerating now. Is anyone in the pits? There is a car in the pits. It's Murphy who is in the pits. Also in the pits is Sloth as well. And Emerson's in the pits as well. So yes, there's a lot of cars coming in the pits, and lap 17 out of 27 here in the Japanese Grand Prix. Should have been hard. Should have been medium hards, like I said that for Serious Bush. Then yes, so now we got soft tires on for Murphy, Sloth, Emerson, and Sloth and Emerson there. Mr. Lee then down in 7th position. There's Emerson now down in 16th position there. Emerson is and I'm wondering then did that mistake then when he was going yesterday. Is that a championship challenge from German there? Did he crack Emerson, the championship leader, or was it? It looked like his tires were stretched very long into this race. Emerson has got a lot of work to do now, hasn't he? Of course, we are talking about Ferrari. We're also talking about Ferrari, McLaren, and Emerson and German quite a lot on this stream tonight, of course, because they are the championship protagonists. There's Clark getting a bit squirrely out the hairpin there. They are the championship protagonists, and German and Emerson are there. We've got to keep an eye on those two and see what the gap is in the World Championship. That is what we are getting very excited about here tonight. Yellow flag in 2 when the Aston Martins has gone off. Gamer's incredible race there is falling away quite quickly here now, isn't they? Unfortunately, we've got the 2 Red Bulls. Lionel Stern of Donovan down on at 7-up tires on the hard tires. Murphy is coming up quite quickly here. We'll see if Red Bull plays a bit of the team game. Chaz in the pits are a lap later. Is that going to cause him the undercut issue here? Then, of course, if Nosey leads the Grand Prix after starting 18th on the grid there, so good stuff there for Nosey. Into the pits is Nigel as well, and that's only a couple of laps on the hard tires. So Nigel's gone for a 2-stopper here. Is that because of the damage on? Is that then damage there? Mr. Lee is out of the Grand Prix. Then is that going to be a safety car? It is a safety car here in this race, and how is that going to change the? Race here tonight? And Emerson there's in front of Nigel. There's the safety car coming out then. So this is going to completely change proceedings here in the Grand Prix. My goodness me, this Japanese Grand Prix has gone mega. And Nosey could potentially be on a second place here. He's going for driver of the day. Nosey is fantastic stuff. He's a super sub tonight in place of Pillars, and who unfortunately can't race tonight. As Diaz staying ALR with a lovely love heart out. Good something. Saved a lot of them here then for these soft tires. I think the safety car hasn't it really? Because you get potentially a free pit stop there. I'm wondering if those soft tires may have struggled to carry on then. So oh my goodness gracious me, fantastic stuff indeed. Clarkey and Gamer, the only 2 drivers that got penalties so far. Fantastic stuff indeed here in this one. German leads, Nosey in 2nd position now, Troy in 3rd, Clarkey in 4th with Cartboy in 5th, and Troy, Clarkey and Cartboy all on the hard tires, along with Dynamo Dan as well. They're going to come into the pits. Farf has done 8 laps on those soft tires already. Azaz Ayrton's done 8 laps on the medium, 9 laps for Siege and Tango, and Nosey has done 17 laps then. Of course, Nosey will have to come to the pits then, because remember, to satisfy the Grand Prix rules, and you have to use 2 types of compounds of tires. Troy is staying out then. Troy is there with a Grand Prix in gold before into the pits. There comes German. This has been a fantastic race, and soft tires out for the man who's second the World Championship. That's a sluggish away there. And Nosey also in the pits as well, coming out in the Alfa Romeo. Then Clarkey, Tango in the pits as well. Siege also in the pits. Chazza is now storming up for the field. There's a go down in front of Clarkey and his team. He gets out in front of Gerben as well. And goodness gracious me, then Chazza's now on course for maybe his first Grand Prix win. And I've been to Chazza. Chazza, I think, made his debut here last year, didn't he, in Japan, if I'm not very much mistaken. Let me just take a look at that. He did. Last season, Chazza made his debut in ALR, and of course, he was qualifying 2 times. It'll always astound me, because he was so quick on the medium tyres in qualifying too, and it was absolutely fantastic. We thought it was going to be a surefire pole position, but it wasn't meant to be, was it? But here tonight, then, can he get his first Grand Prix win? Very much Schumacher-esque, Michael Schumacher, debuted in Belgium in 91, in 92. He came back, he returned to the Spa circuit and won the race then, didn't he? A full year after making his debut then. So can Chazza do the same here tonight then? Magnificent. But he does have Cardboy and Troy, who aiming for the first Grand Prix wins as well. German is aiming to take the lead in the World Championship, with Emerson languishing down in 9th position, but now Nigel in 10th, as Emerson is very much on the back foot now. So saves car at the moment, so we just got Gamer who's just trying to catch up then. Let's take stock then. We're on lap 19 out of 27 here in this race. It is, we got 3 retirements of Mr. Elite, Percy and Gaiman all out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. Both Mercedes out and the Alpine of Mr. Elite out of this race, which is disappointing then. Leading the race then is Troy and Cartboy, both on 9-lap old hard tyres then. But it's very difficult to overtake around here, so that might be the reason why they decide not to come to the pits. And there's only one obvious place for overtaking, which is in turn number 1 then. Everyone else is on new soft tyres then, and they are Chazza in 3rd, German in 4th position, Murphy in 5th, Knowlesy in 6th position, 7th is Clarkey with Slough 8th, Emerson 9th, Nigel in 10th, and with Siege in 11th, Ayrton in 12th, Tango 13th, Donovan down 14th, 15th is Favre, 16th is Gamer. That is the 4 rudder results as well. This is round 15 of a 20 round season this season. Remember next season in ALR we are going to have at least 23 Grand Prix. Of course, the new race in Saudi Arabia will be on the calendar, along with the other new race then in San Marino or Imola, and also in Portimao in Portugal. So those are the other 2 races. We may even have a classic track then added on to the calendar as well. But so far, the minimum of 23 races, which will be the longest calendar in ALR history next season. So goodness gracious me, then it's going to be a marathon, isn't it, next season? Oh my golly gosh, said Troy leading, go on there. So yes, Troy currently in the race there with Carbo in second, but they have not good, but they are on the hard tires and everyone else on the soft feather. This is the second period under the safety car. Troy and a superb race here tonight, isn't there? Troy, who's won in silver, hasn't he? I'm sure he won. I don't think he's won in bronze, has he, Troy? Hasn't he? I need to find that fact out. I know he had pole position in bronze once in the Dutch Grand Prix. But Troy, then, of course, the silver champion, then, who is now leading the race. He's now won in gold before, as a pillar saying, "Go on, Chazza!" As he's in third one. Then Chazza is maybe in the box seats in terms of the tire life, but he's not in the box seats in terms of permission, in terms of position, because of course he's got to get past Cardboy and Troy in the final stage of this race as well. But it is a Ferrari leading, but it's car 70, not 46 leading the race, which it was Emerson for the opening stage of this Grand Prix. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed there. And he's back to Chazza, and he'll win then. So yes, Chazza's changed his name back to that, and he could be on course for his first ever Grand Prix victory in ALR. Race control, safety cars in the end of this lap. Then here we go then for the final stage then of this incredible Grand Prix here in Japan. So he's the safety car. I thought he went straight on then. So he is now the safety car here, Troy is out, and now we're going to be racing here in Japan. And when's he going to drop the hammer? He's dropped the hammer. We're back racing here in Favre's got a 3-second penalty. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. Look at what's going on here. Look at this free blast between Cardboy, Chazza, and German. German is sneaking through. We've got free blast and Cardboy survived. Chazza's on the outside. German's got on the inside. Chazza knows he's got. Oh, he's been forced wide there. And German's on the inside. German is through, he passes Chazza, and German is now leading the soft runners here, and Chazza dropping down into 4th position here. Was he too eager on the restart here for Chazza, or was that a bona fide overtaking opportunity? But Carboy forced him off the road then. Well, that's a question for the stewards, I think then, but I'm not going to question that because I love it. It's great racing so far under the Anderson Bridge. I'm still in Singapore into the hairpin as well. Emerson has got past one car. Oh, goodness me, or has it then? Because the Slough is not even out. They've ghosted each other. Goodness gracious me, that's not PG, is it? Oh, gosh. And now we're back in the battle for second position. German is the 10th and second away down from Cartboy, who's leading the way at the moment. Emerson dropping down to the 8th and 9th position there. As they kind of merged into one car. They're both Italian manufactured cars, aren't they? And now as we go up to the 130 yard, Mr. Elite is the left position. Emerson, I think, is now in 8th position with Slough dropping down into 9th. Going up into the 130 yard. German then has got a golden opportunity of winning this Grand Prix. This will be his 10th Grand Prix win of his career. This might be the... Oh, it's Cardboy forced him off the road there, and Chaz is going for it. He's going to go the old switcheroo. He is on the inside. He is on the outside. He's on the outside. He's on the grass, and Sloth is dropping back. Major issues for Sloth. And but Chaz can't get through to him, and then German is in major peril. Then we've also got Murphy, who's there with a Grand Prix into turn one. Troy is there with 1 second in front. Then DRS is not available yet. DRS will be available at the end of this lap now. Oh my goodness me, incredible stuff here in this race. Troy leads 1 second in front of Cartboy in second, German in third, Chaz in fourth position, Murphy in fifth with Nosey sixth, and Clarkey seventh, Emerson in eighth position, and the championship leader is out of position at the moment. Ninth is Nigel, 10th position is Siege at the moment, Farf's in the pits, and major perils for Farfed. No, goodness gracious me. Peter's asking what happens to leaving a car with Fed, as I think that was in reference to the into the battle into the triangle chicane and accelerating away then. Or maybe actually it might be into turn one as well. And his Cardboy is very being robust in the defending, isn't he here? Cardboy, he's on the hard tires, whilst the soft runners are really swamping. They're crawling all over the back of the Alpha Tari here. German there now. You'll have DRS at the end of this, not the end of this straight, then on the start finish line. Oh no, he's got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial in the Grand Prix. Oh dear. I'm now going over the crest and going into the 130R on board then with German once again, and German got run out of road this time around, did he? Oh goodness me, I thought he was going into the back there of Cardboy. The gap at the front is 1 second there from Troy. Troy, as I said, and Cardboy have never won a Grand Prix before. DRS has now been enabled then, so it's at the end of this out there, but German may not lead it, and look at this, how bumpy the downhill point is going into turn one then, and this one, oh German there, he almost lost a great catch there, great save, yellow flag, Siege is in trouble. Siege's in trouble, I think. Oh, there's yellow flag to know. Sorry, it's far from the back there. Great catch there from German there. I thought he was gone there, but he's still somehow. This is crucial in the World Championship. There's Emerson, the Ferrari. He's in 8th now. And he's putting pressure on Clarkey. Clarkey and Nosey have got 3-second penalties in front of it. Emerson will now go up into 6th position at the end of this race because he doesn't have any penalties at the moment. And of course, Emerson's MO is about being patient, and this is very much a patient game now for Emerson, the champion. He needs to make sure that he keeps it clean there. On board once again then with German there. Seriously saying that this is German with a Dan saver. He is, look at this, he's on the outside there. Cardboy again there defending as hard as he can then, because Cardboy is a stupendous performance there from Cardboy. Look, Troy is struggling now. It's Cardboy there turning into the slide there out of the exit of Spoon as well. Going into the 130R. German's alongside. It's wheel to wheel going into the 130R. He's done it. He's having a second position there. He's through. He passes Cardboy. Cardboy has gone wide. Here's Chazza on the outside then. And Chazza will have DRS now, but so will Cardboy on the back of German there. But let's see how much more acceleration he's got then. I don't think he's got much there because look, oh goodness me, these harvesters while Cardboy is, and Chazza's on the outside. Chazza's up in the third position there. He is through. He is up in the third position there. And then Murphy there, of course, he's battling with Chazza for the third in the championship. Tango's up in 2 at 9th. Or no, yes, and he's dropping down the order. Tango's all the way down into 30. He's been run out wide there. Tango has he's dropped down into 13th, unfortunately, and Cardboy is now got the second Red Bull behind him on board. Yellow flag again. Ayrton's off, and Ayrton's off. He's down in 15th position. Ayrton is that he was on a superb debut here tonight in gold. Then Ayrton was there, but he's now down in 15th position there. Troy is now going to have the battle of German there, and I think that at the moment the gap is 14 points there. So Troy, if German wins this race and Emerson finishes 6th, I think the championship lead changes hands. I think don't quote me on that one, but I'm sure it changes hands here. Emerson dropping off the back of this battle here. Well, I say dropping off the back. There he is. He's only 3 tenths of a second away actually, so he's not dropping off the back at all, is he? Oh my word there, German there just coming out the spoon curve bed, and he is right underneath the gearbox now of Troy, and Chaz is also not too far away as well. German needs to make it stick first time, I feel, otherwise Chaz is going to get past here, and that is the conga line that we got then. And going into the triangle chicane once again. 3 laps to go in this race. Murphy is in trouble. Murphy is down the order. Oh no, what's happened to the Red Bull? Murphy is in his down the points set, and now here comes German there. German's gaining, knows he's past Carboy, and German's on the outside. Oh, was that contact? I'm not sure. They try and move a bit too late in the braking zone, and Carboy is sticking with it. Oh, there's left banging wheels at it. Oh my goodness me, Clarky's having a look there, and Carboy is not having any of it there, and he's fighting with all he can. Carboy is as he is sinking down his knee. Knows he has a 3-second penalty, of course, and so can Carboy stick inside the 3-second window. It's going to be difficult, isn't it, with the sock through those tires so new. Then Murphy, he's going to be disappointed that Murphy is, and we're not sure what happened in the triangle chicane, but he's dropped right down to 14th position. Murphy has that, and that is a major blow, unfortunately, for Murphy. And Carboy has been forced wide there, but look at how much more purchase he has. A great acceleration there for Carboy, magnificent. Well, I think that's the race now up into Spoon then. I think that, yes, as Clarky has got it then. What about Emerson? Of course, these two were first and second in the runner-up in the championship last season, weren't they? But I do feel that Carboy was never close enough for Emerson in the championship battle. However, this season is completely different. Yellow flag as Farfus dropped down the order, and there's the battle at the front then. Emerson is having look. Oh, it's gone on the inside. Oh my goodness me. Oh, no, it's contact. Emerson's in the wall. Emerson's in the wall. Oh my goodness me. Oh my word there. And he is he's come to rest it, but Emerson and Carboy have come to blows there into the 130R. Nosey has set the fast on the race. German's going for the lead in the Japanese Grand Prix. He takes the lead. He takes the lead into turn 1 then. German leads the Japanese Grand Prix. As it stands, he will take the lead in the World Championship with 5 races to go. My goodness gracious me. Troy in second then, Chaz in third, but Knowles is now in the fourth then. Emerson there is in the pits, and Emerson's in the pits going into the 130R there. I'm not sure if did Carboy not give him too much room there? Was it a bona fide overtake that going into the 130? I remember Alonso Schumacher did it in 2005, so it's possible. But of course, this was a different situation, wasn't it? My golly gosh, there going into the hairpin as well. German leads there with 1 lap to go. Then Troy in second there, but Troy is fighting for his worth, and this is his best performance in gold so far. Then he has never been on the podium, I don't think, in gold, but this is magnificent stuff for the Ferrari driver. And with Emerson, they're not scoring any points. McLaren, who is now going to extend that in the Constructors' Championship. This might be a crucial race, and for Troy now to really give Ferrari 18 points. And however, here comes Chazza. Chazza's now all over the back of the Ferrari going into the 130R there, but no Dyson on there. Tango's alongside Siege. Tango has got past Siege as well, or has he? And look at this, once again, one through. Oh my goodness, oh gosh there, and now Tango is through. Gamer's having a look as well. Gamer does have a couple of penalties though, doesn't he? German set the fast out of the race there, going for the full shebang of points here, and out of the century now. Chazza's through. Yellow flag in 3. There's Aston Martin off. Gamers off the circuit, and lovely rear shot, lovely rear facing shot there. And Troy Troy down the third there. He needs to stay within 3 seconds of Knowles and Clarky there to keep that position there, and that's what Carboy is trying to do now, and he's really pushing. Emerson there is he's not going to get any points as either. Murphy is now dropping down the order as well. He's down in the 12th position now. Oh my goodness gracious me. This is absolutely an incredible end to an incredible Japanese Grand Prix. Apologies about the disruption halfway through the race, and it's absolutely appalling, wasn't it, really? But thank you all tonight then. I think that this is the most views we have had in ALR history then on a stream before. I think we peaked at 59 or 60 or something like that, or something like, I know he's definitely in the 50s, wasn't we, for a brief period of time, and absolutely made my event here tonight really good stuff indeed. It's been a great race indeed, hasn't it? And here is German there. He is going to get his 6th win of his season, and this will be his 10th win of his career as well. He's going to take the lead in the Gold World Championship in ALR. He's going to be leading the Formula 1 World Championship with 5 races to go. He's into the triangle chicane then, and German there accelerates away, and he is going to win the Japanese Grand Prix, and German wins the Japanese Grand Prix. He is the leader of the World Championship here in ALR Gold. Fantastic. No. Troy wins. Does he? I don't know. Troy wins the race. Why does did Gerwin not cross the line? Yeah, he did cross the line. So Gurman's down in 12 positions, 11 positions. I think he might have desunked that, didn't he? So I think Gurman did win the. Did win the Grand Prix with Troy in second, with Chazza in third, Carboy in fourth, Nosey fifth, Clarkey sixth, Nigel seventh, Tango eighth, Siege ninth, Dynamo Dan getting a point in 10th position there. Oh my golly gosh, there! But what an incredible race that was there. But it's Gurman then, who, of course, his wreckage is on the side of the road then. But he is, I think, he's the winner of the Japanese Grand Prix. And he is going to be overjoyed with this result then. Absolutely incredible stuff. Yes, indeed, he did. He did disconnect there. I got a bit too ahead of myself there. So, it would have been quite an incredible run there. So far, fair. We're just waiting for it to come across the lines when they would get the final classification going. But yes, Emerson is not leading the World Championship. We're 5 races to go. Gurman has taken the initiative. He has won his 10th Grand Prix of his career. He is his second Japanese Grand Prix win of his career as well for Gurman. Is this his most important Grand Prix win? Well, we're going to have to ask him that as well. Nosey gets driver of the day. Well, I'm not going to argue that. Fantastic performance there from 18th on the grid there for Nosey. Really good something. Troy gets second, and this is Troy's best result in ALR gold then. And I feel that was the Troy we liked seeing from silver as well. And this is an important day for Troy, I would hazard a guess that, because with Emerson not scoring any points, and Troy is keeping Ferrari's Constructors' Championship hopes alive, and we still got 5 races to go, of course. Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we, then, from the Japanese Grand Prix. I love that stance, by the way, from Troy. That's a heroic stance, isn't it? Gurman won the Grand Prix and got fast enough as well, so he's got a full 26 points on the board, so well done to Gurman. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Troy was second today. Brilliant result. That's his best result of his career in ALR Gold. Absolutely earned that. Very good stuff indeed. Chazza got a 3-second penalty towards the end, and that cost him second. For a 4th position was Cardboy, with Nosey in 5th and driver of the day. 6th position was Clarkey, Nigel in 7th, and Tango is 8th, Siege is 9th, Dynamo Dan getting the final point for Red Bull. Really good stuff indeed. Just outside the top 10, Murphy had some issues in the triangle chicane. He's down in 11th position there. Emerson there came to blows there with Cardboy in the 130R then in 12th in the end there. Gamer in 13th, Sloth in 14th, and Ayrton in 15th, Farf in 16th, and retirements was Mr. Elite, Percy, and Gaming all retired then for the Japanese Grand Prix. And I've been joined in the gantry now by the free race, by the free drivers who are on the podiums. Fantastic stuff indeed then. So, well, before we do this, Sir's Russian Master, no driver of the day poll, not this week, my good sir, but of course I fear it was a test more for next season now, and I think it's passed the test. So next season we're definitely going to be having the driver of the day poll for YouTube, and maybe for Twitch as well, of course. So yes, I think it's a very good success indeed then. So shout at me if you're in the party. Hello? I think Gurman's in here. Hello, Gurman.
You alright, mate?
Well, I must say you sound very chilled out there. I'm absolutely saturated. It's been an incredible race today. You're leading the World Championship after that incredible race. Talk us about your feelings.
Oh, well, it started off really bad because I had a disconnect just as the virtual safety car turned on lap 1, so I had to rush, quickly start on my game, get on the game, and then my tyres are just overheated, so I could not break away because I already had a second gap, but it just made it very difficult from the start, really. But that safety car was perfectly timed, and then the second one, when I was with Chaz was behind me, and I had my partner boy in front of me. It was horrible.
But you came back from that disconnect and you've done a superb job then. And the battling in the end between yourself, Cardboy, and Troy, goodness me, it was getting very fraught up there in the final couple of laps.
Yeah, a bit late moves there. I nearly lost the car into turn 1. I don't know how I saved it. Probably one of my best saves ever, but just happy to get the win, get some more points on the board, and then just do it next week again in Austin.
Yeah, and you're now leading the World Championship. So how does your mindset change then? Because you've gone from attack to defence now, going into the next race in USA. How are you going to be approaching this race?
Same as after the past 2 races. I don't even think about the championship. Just all I want is the race to win, and that's what I'm going to push for.
And it's your 10th Grand Prix win of your career. How does this rank in terms of your 10 races, 10 Grand Prix wins in gold so far?
It's probably one of my best because it's so unpredictable. 1 minute I'm like gonna win because everyone else has got a pit, and then there's another safety car, so I've got a pit. But I think last race in Singapore was probably my best, but this was pretty good as well, to be fair.
Really good stuff. Well done, German. Fantastic drive today. Absolutely superbative. And German is now leading the World Championship. Next, I think we have got Chazza in the party, or was it Troye?
Yeah, man.
Hello, Troye. What a performance today, then. And I say that was your best performance in gold so far. That's your first podium as well. My goodness me, towards the end of that race, though, it was very tough indeed.
Yeah, man. I'm happy I somehow managed to even get on the podium because I think literally the whole grid was on softs. It was like a sprint towards the end, apart from me and Cartboy just staying out. And so, yeah, to somehow still manage to defend and be able to grab second, I'm very happy, man.
Indeed, then it was actually everyone apart from you and Carboy. And my goodness me, did you look at the map then, like think and see all that, like all those cars behind you? How difficult was it to keep yourself in the zone there with all those drivers just queued up behind you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Corpo, I probably wouldn't even been up on this podium, I feel like, since he defended for a couple of laps at first, and then I had to do that for like a couple of laps after as well. But I feel like it was like that front wall before everyone were just like running through and going full attack mode. But yeah, I was just so happy with Chafta getting his 10 as well in the last quarter. So yeah, I feel it's amazing, man.
And when that final safety car came out, was before that safety car came out, were you thinking about going to the end of those hard tires, or was you thinking about maybe like a change for soft tires?
Yeah, I was quite disappointed with the safety car coming out, to be honest, because yeah, if there wouldn't have been any safety car towards the end, I would have still been in the net P2 anyways. So I was a bit disappointed, and then I stayed out and hoped for more people to stay out, really. And then I just saw the whole grid literally hitting except me and Carport, and then I felt it was over. But yeah, we defended well anyway, so I'm happy.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well done, Troy. That is your best result of your ALR goal career. Superb stuff indeed. And I've forgotten who came third. Was it Chazza that came third?
Hello.
Hello, Chazza. Third position today, then. Goodness me, I was thinking that this might be the opportunity to get your first Grand Prix win, especially if you was the highest on the soft tires going into that final safety car period there. But looks like that Carboy ran you a bit wide into turn two.
Yeah, I didn't know what I vote for you because I came into this race with the Q2 on from last week, so I started in midfield, but then I ended up having some good pace. The safety cars helped, which also was a bit of a bonus, and ended up getting another solid points.
And of course, you extended your gap between yourself and that incredible battle between the four of you in the Drivers' Championship. Then, but so you are feeling confident now about retaining that third position. And is there any possibility with 5 races to go of a catch it, German or Emerson?
It is a big gap still to the top, but I did gain a bit of ground on Emerson, but still lost 10 points to German. So I don't know. Anything could happen in F1, but I think they'll probably just be more edging towards just trying to secure that third place and fend off mix of Tango and Dan Murphy and Milan.
I know one final question. Do you think that this was a race that you could have and should have won today?
It was a great chance to in that second safety car, but it wasn't a B. But still what 4 races left, so hopefully get one by the end of the season. Hopefully.
unlucky chance to say, but still a brilliant podium as well. Well done to Troy, his best result of his career. German taking his 10th Grand Prix of his career, and leading the World Championship for gold going into the final 5 races. We will be back in action in gold for the United States Grand Prix. However, tomorrow night it is silver. What a way to start off your Monday night then, with a bit of silver surfing action. See you tomorrow for some more action from ALR.